Muzz had switched over, so kind of saw an opportunity if you wanted the drop pass, or if not, I would just take somebody with me. But it turns out two guys went with Mitchie, and I had a little space to get to the net, and was able to put it in.
What about Ilya tonight?
He was amazing. Yeah, he saved us a lot of times. He was very solid, and I can't say enough good things about how he's been playing. Both of the goalies, really.
How did you guys take the news about Matt Murray?
I don't even have the latest update, to be honest with you, so I don't know.
He's out 4 weeks minimum.
Is that what it is? Okay, well, I think we're probably thankful that it's not worse than that, and, we'll keep moving.
What does it mean to you? You don't scoring goals isn't what you're known for.
What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it is true for sure. So it's always good to pot one and help the team win.
Was Bunting trying to say he got it, or?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Just,
yeah, it seems like him.
How did you and Jake settle down and get back on track after Wednesday?
I think it's just sticking with the same process. Obviously, we didn't love our game on Wednesday, and I think as a team we weren't, as good as we could be. So, every game's a new game and a new opportunity.
Did you enjoy the performance overall tonight, Jeff?
I liked our performance. I thought we stayed patient. We didn't force it. I think we gave up maybe a couple too many odd man rushes, but that's something that we'll clean up, and we'll address it and move forward.
Difficult for the group, though, and the work that Murray's done to get to this point now, Justin, through camp, certainly to see him hurt this early in the season.
Yeah, for sure. You never like to see guys get hurt. It's very painful, both physically and mentally for guys. So, like I said, I think we're thankful that it's not worse, and he's going to be a big part of our team, so we're going to need him.
What stands out to you about Ilya's personality?
He's a great guy. He obviously doesn't say too much, but you greet him every morning and he smiles and gives you a fist bump, and he's just a really good guy, and he seems really calm in there too.
What was the day like for you when you found out that you had to make the start, and sort of how that adjusted your approach to it?
This is hockey. Sometimes have bad situation in the team. But I'm ready all the time. I get some hard practice every day, and it doesn't matter what's going on. And get ready.
How would you compare your nerves tonight to Thursday night?
Much better. More confidence. I think it's a lot of good decision. Pretty tight game. It's so interesting play against this team. A lot of skill and a young team. Pretty fast. But we win again today. We're so happy. We got some smile tomorrow. Yeah.
How do you feel, Ilya, now that you're going to be the guy for the next month or so?
Excuse me.
How do you feel that you're going to now that you know you're going to be the guy for the next month or so?
I'm just a focus on my game. Yeah, I live day by day. I didn't see to the future too much. We'll see tomorrow what's going on. I'm ready all the time.
When did you know for sure you were going to play tonight?
In the morning.
Yeah.
On ice, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you feel for Matt? I know you guys have been trying to support each other. How do you feel about what he's going through?
I didn't talk with him. I'm just after ice and go back home. And prepare for a game. Maybe I will be seeing him tomorrow. We will be talking with him. Yeah.
Has anything? Sorry, Ilya. Has anything surprised you about your time with the Maple Leafs so far?
I don't.
Anything surprise you? Anything that you did not expect so far in your career with the Leafs?
No, not surprised. I think it's going good. Not surprised.
How have you felt about your game overall through 2 games? How have you felt about your play?
The more you get game play, you feel better and better. Your confidence is back. We just done preseason. A little bit different hockey in the preseason. Right now, more interesting. We got some points. Some more. I say, more interesting and more confidence every game.
Was that just reaction when the puck was on TJ's stick and the player swiped it off his stick and you had to make that save?
It was pretty funny, yes. This is a hard moment, You need to get ready for this one, Sometimes we have this. It's okay.
What stands out to you about William Nylander? I know a lot of focus on Austin's shot, but William seems to have a very good shot as well. What stands out?
I think it's both guys, really good shooters, pretty hard to stop the puck with time, really shoot or Matthews, this is huge players. We have a lot of huge players, in this team. It's really hard to, practice, but interesting,
William, how would you sum up that victory?
I think we battled hard throughout the game to get those 2 points.
What was the biggest difference on that power play versus the previous one for you guys?
I think we battled a little harder. I mean, Mitch did an unbelievable job keeping the puck in there on the blue line, and that led to kind of that quick 2-on-1 in front of the net. So, great play by Austin.
What about Justin getting the winner down? He's not usually that far down.
Yeah, no, that's huge. It's always nice seeing him score. He's fired up about it, and I mean that was huge for us to get the go-ahead in regulation.
Well, what's the feeling in the group now that we know Matt's out for 4 weeks with the injury that he suffered this morning?
Yeah, that's obviously tough. Sammy played really well, so hopefully it keeps going like that, and we'll keep working our way.
Do you feel for a guy like Murray who's battled all summer to get healthy and then game into the year goes down?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always tough to see. I mean, you see him in the gym every day and on the ice putting in all the work, and that happens in a morning skate. It's obviously very tough to see.
Scored.
He did?
He looked like he was really.
Yeah. Holler's a great player. He adds so much to our team. He's so good defensively, and it's really nice to see him get on the offense and put one in there for us.
We know that Matt's going to be out for 4 weeks now. Like just you worked with him all summer, and just the feeling in the group for your teammate who's going to be out for a bit.
Yeah, obviously Matt's a great player, great goalie for us. He competes really hard, and that's just unfortunate how that has started. But knowing his character, he's going to come back even stronger, and I'm sure we're all looking forward to that. And I'm sure he's very determined to get back as soon as possible.
What stands out to you about Ilya? What sort of first impression has he made on you?
It's been great. He's been shutting the door for us. That's 2 wins now for him, and he's a great guy off the ice, and he's a competitor out there, and we're really happy to have him.
What stands out to you about his personality? You said he's a great guy off the ice.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's really funny. He's gelled right away with our team, and he's a great addition for us.
What went through your mind when you saw him make that left toe save on Mont there early in the third, just in front of the?
Yeah, great. Like I said, he's solid for us. He looks so calm in the net as well, and I think that's his demeanor in there. So I can't say it enough that we're really happy to have him.
How do you sum up this game in general? Like, we Battle of Ontario. We knew Ottawa's made changes. Like, what was this game like for you to play in tonight?
Yeah, it was a competitive game. Obviously, they made changes. They added some elite players, and you can't really give them much because their skill will show. And I thought we did a really good job with that, and didn't let them have a lot of odd man rushes and not a lot of chances. And I thought we possessed it really well in their offensive zone. And it was a really tight game. It came down to 1 goal with 2 minutes to go. So I thought we played pretty well.
Tell us about Matt.
I probably couldn't tell you more than what you already know.
How disappointing is that, though, given the work that he put into camp, Sheldon, to get to the point where he's ready to go here and this happens?
Yeah, he's put in a lot of work, and he's been healthy all the way through off-season, training camp, preseason, and he's put in a lot of work and hasn't missed a second of anything, and has been feeling good all the way through. So it's, to that end, it's disappointing for him. Obviously disappointing for us. We wanted to be healthy, wanted to be in the net. But like any other injury, I mean, these injuries happen, and we've dealt with a lot of them when it comes to the goaltenders, over the last couple of seasons. So, that's the reason why we signed 2 guys. We still have Eric Shalgren here, who did a good job for us, and he comes up. There's opportunities for others. It's going to create opportunities for us within our roster as well here now with salary cap and such. So, there's things that come of it, that we can turn into positives and give Matt time to get back to full health.
How about Ilya tonight? What do you think of his performance?
He looked really calm and settled in the net. I think you could tell he's grew from one start to the next, and that's what you're looking for as a guy to get comfortable. Like we talked about this morning, not expecting to start, but changes your day, changes your plans, and all those kind of things, and didn't seem like he missed a beat, so it was really good to see.
What gives you confidence he can be the guy for a prolonged period of time here now?
Oh, he's played in the league. He's got experience. I mean, he's been nothing but great in terms of his on-ice, off-ice since he's been in our facility, and even the time we spent with him in the off-season, and before he arrived in Toronto even, he's been great, wanting to work hard, put the work in, so this is why he signed here, is for opportunity. he's on a bit of a mission here this season, and now the door is really open there for him. We're going to have to lean on him probably more than we would have. We had planned to really pretty much share things in the early going here and give it both guys an opportunity to get some traction. So things have changed a little bit. At the same time, Källgren's going to get opportunity just the same. We're going to need two guys. That's just the reality of the NHL, and we've got confidence in Källgren too. We weren't able to get him as much time in the net in preseason as we would have liked to, just because we prioritize the other two guys. But the reality is, you're going to need those guys, and here we are.
Maria on LTI, what sort of call-ups are you anticipating? Do you know what's coming here?
Kyle and I haven't had that discussion yet. Just the whole news with Murray and everything happened, too close to game time for us to even go there. So I'm sure we'll get that settled tonight, or if not tonight, tomorrow morning, and talk about it. Obviously we have a road trip upcoming, so I think all of those things. This is just me talking in my own head. I haven't had any of these discussions with Kyle yet, so we'll get that sorted and see what's available and what we want to do there.
What do you think of just the game in general tonight?
I thought it was two teams playing hard. Both teams had some opportunities, but not a lot. Both, power play, penalty kill, not a lot. Both teams, get a goal there. At 5-on-5, there was at times some clean looks for both teams on the rush, but we spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, weren't able to generate a ton of good looks out of that. But I was really happy, we were talking all through the game, trying to find ways that we could, penetrate and get to the interior of the rink, and we're able to use a high tip at the end of the second period. That's a huge goal for us going in the intermission. And then, the guys get moving in the offensive zone there to help win us the game. That's a big goal by Halsey there. Good initiative by him to jump down that wall and get on the interior. Bunch brings it to the net. So that's really the difference in the game, but not a lot between the two teams here tonight.
It's been a few games, but how do you think Rasmus has adjusted to playing the right side?
I think he's doing all right with it. It's a challenge. There's positives and negatives to play in the offside. There's probably more difficulties than there are opportunities, but I think he's adjusted well to it. I thought those guys had a good day today. Not only is he adjusted to playing the right side, he's also playing with a new partner. Rasmus wasn't healthy last season. If I'm remembering correctly, really not at all in the time that Jordana was with us. So to that sense, those guys are still adjusting, and he missed a lot of camp, as we all know too. So there's a lot happening for a young player there.
You guys are playing physical tonight, particularly the top guys. Is that a byproduct of the opponent, or is that kind of emphasis going into the season?
I don't think it's emphasized any more than it ever has been. I think it's part of the growth of our team. Like I talked about this morning, we went through a really hard-fought playoff series. It was very competitive, very physical in Tampa, and we've been through others. But I think as you go through those experiences, you just really learn what the game is about when it counts the most. And what we've talked to our guys about is we've got to be really good in whatever the game calls for. When it's time to finish a check and be competitive on a puck, whether that's what you do and that's your thing, if that's what you bring to the table. I look at Aston Reese and Aubé-Kubel, consistently physical for us all the time. That's what they do. But we got other guys, maybe that's not necessarily what they do. Talk about Austin, his physicality, but the game calls for it at different times. So when it's there, it's an opportunity to compete or finish a check or go hard into a battle. You have to do it. That's just what the game calls for. So I think we've just seen our guys elevate in that area here early in the season. It's a difficult thing to sustain over 82 games. But, you look at how our first game went, not very good. I challenged the group, and we've responded well in a lot of ways in the second and third game. And I think the elevation of physicality comes as a byproduct of that. We created a little bit of internal urgency within our team, and I've been happy with how the guys have responded.
In addition to his goal tonight, what does complement to that line, do you think?
What does he bring to the line? Stability, consistency. Obviously, I'm not happy with the goal that went in, to tie the game, and he wouldn't be happy with that either. Kemper's a couple of things with him. A, he's reliable and consistent. But he just seems to have a knack. I don't know if he scored an unimportant goal for us ever in his time here. He just finds ways to score big goals at key times. So that's a nice characteristic to have. You know, if a guy scoring is not, again, it's not what he does. It's not his thing. But when there's a puck in the offensive zone and there's an opportunity there, get your stick down and be ready to redirect it. That's a simple play that we practice quite frequently. And in that moment in the game, that's what it called for. He was there, and great look by Muzz to find the stick, and that's a huge goal for us. So those are the kind of things you need throughout your lineup. So that was good to see tonight.
The other day you mentioned that Ottawa's always given you your best since you've been here. Did you notice afterwards that that was a more improved Ottawa team over?
Well, way deeper for sure. You know, you look at the forwards. I mean, the addition of Giroux and DeBrincat, so dangerous, but also versatile. I mean, what Giroux can bring on the face-off dot, and then you also had Pinto and what he brings. You know, his injury and stuff. We haven't seen a lot from him, but that makes a big difference to their team on the forward end. And then obviously Sanderson on defense it brings another element to them there. And they're young players who are elite. I mean, you look at Kachuk, Batherson, Stutzel, Norris, like, these are top-line players in the NHL, and they're maturing and getting older. That's where I was asked this morning about the similarities with their team and ours. I think, you know, you're seeing the growth of some of their young players. So in addition to adding the depth, they're just getting older. So, you know, you can see that team is, you know, playoff ready and ready to compete for a spot. So that's why you don't see much difference between the two teams here today. They're hungry to get back on the winning side of it, what have you. And, you know, that team's going to be hungry all season.